Hello everybody. So today in this video I'm responding to a relatively open tag given by Patty, or a bit of a comment he made from Patty Potatoes Pillars. A shout out there. And he had suggested that we kind of start talking about collections or sub-collections within our collections. And that led me to do some thinking, and while he was talking about traditionals and he's talked quite a bit about GECs, I thought I would come at it with a sub-collection in mind that's a little bit more, not necessarily unusual, but one that I don't hear that many people talking about collecting, and that's my Boker collection, which is surprisingly large. I was surprised when I got in here, and I'm not even sure this is 100% of them. I believe it is, because I believe I've traded off a couple. But well, without any more comment, let's dive into this. One of the first things that strikes me about my Boker collection here is that Boker makes a surprising amount of different types of knives, from traditionals to autos. Now they come in three different types, if you will, of Bokers. You have your traditional Boker tree brand, which is a lot of your traditional knives, and these are coming out of Solinger, Germany. I'm not really good at saying that name. I'm sure I just butchered it, so I apologize to anyone who's listening. This is a white bone Stockman, because it has 3 blades, right? And it's pretty. I like it a lot. Here we have another Boker. This is a single bladed knife, and I believe it is called the Fellow, if I'm not mistaken. It's a lockback. I got it at a really good price. I think probably in part because of the scale discoloration. Probably had someone who was a smoker, so it's a little bit of an older knife. But it's just a gorgeous knife, and with that flat blade, it's just excellent. Moving right along here, we have here a Congress, which of course is a 4-blade, and again, they're all pretty much about the same. Now I've noticed a little bit of variation in fit and finish. Here's a tiny little spot right back there, and you can tell I'm being nitpicky if I'm doing that. Like, for example, this Congress with the, I believe this is a blue dyed bone, although it might be a wood. I'd have to go back and look. Just gorgeous. The fit and finish is excellent. Taking a look here, you can also see pretty darn good there. I don't see much of anything. Now, on some of these, I do get some blade rub, unfortunately. On this is a beer barrel canoe. So this is made from ale barrels from Germany, and also a tree brand. There we go. Tree brand. But you can see on the back here, it does have some blade rub, so kind of addressing a bit of the issue going on with Case and their knife issues. I mean, every type of traditional has a bit of an issue, I've found, although there's a lot of variation. So I was talking about the different Boker companies. You have Boker Plus, which is this one, and these are Bokers that are made somewhere other than in Germany. And then you have the regular Boker, the tree brands, and these are the ones made in Germany. This is a deep stag, I think. Very pretty. I don't know if the camera's going to show that, but yeah, there we go. In person, that is just gorgeous. Looking here, you can see that the Boker brand fit and finish is pretty darn good. Okay. Take a look here at the Plus, and you can see it's also, if I can get focus here, pretty darn good. A little bit of a difference in the way they meet up, a little bit of variation in the scale quality and fit and finish, just a tiny bit, but they're comparable. They're pretty good. And the third branch of Boker, and this is a little bit of a fixed blade, a little neck knife here, is the Boker Magnum. And these are the ones made, I guess, in China, other places, maybe a bit of a less of a quality in some ways. I don't want to say that for sure, but I just it seems to me that the Magnums are probably the lesser expensive, lesser cost, more budget branding of the company. This is interesting. It's a titanium dog tag with a magnet that acts as the detent to lock it and hold it in place. Kind of a oddball little thing here. But and just to jump in there and point out, when we're talking about the quality on a knife, the branding, for example here, this is a Magnum, and it's really a very nice Damascus, 71 layer Damascus there with, I believe, bullhorn scales here, covers a very long matching Damascus bolster there. Very nice knife, but again, fit and finish is just a bit off. You all have seen this knife here. This is a knife coming straight out of the Germany plant. That's a little bit unusual, with a back lock that acts very similar to the shark lock. Not supposed to be able to make one-hand opening knives in Germany, but you know how that goes. I have a kitty that wanted to say hi. Hi, everybody. Edit out that little segment. Here's another Boker Plus slip joint, and again, fit and finish is pretty darn good. So I'm going to shout out Boker, and I'm going to say, hey, if you all want to collect knives and you're worried about fit and finish, Boker seems to be pretty consistently good, which is one of the reasons why I collect them. This is a razor jack. There we go. And this one is, again, also made out of the Germany plant with an old tortoise scale type, I'm sure plastic scales, kind of reminiscent of the 50s. One of the other things that is kind of fascinating with Boker is that they come in a wide variety of knives. They're kind of like Spyderco in a way, in that they're not afraid to try to get with other companies and make knives, things like that. The Kalashnikov autos most people are very familiar with. Here we have a Boker Plus with the Star, Texas, you know, that's where I live, Trapper, which is kind of unusual. And the reason I was really big in it, besides the Star, is that it's a double lockback, which you don't see very often, but Boker does make quite a few of those. Here we have I'm going to try and move along and wrap this up. It needs to be centered. A Kalashnikov, that's a manual. I believe you all have seen this also in a video. We have the Urban Trapper. Very nice, heavily used. Wrapping up and concluding this video, my big point I wanted to make on this regarding Bokers is that they have a lot of variety. For example, many people didn't know they make an out the front auto with Hogue. We got Boker USA, come on, focus, and Hogue. There we go. And let's see. We talked about the Urban Trapper. We talked about the traditionals. That's pretty much it. I really hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We'll wrap this up. This has been Pat. Bye.